Hey, good morning. This is Jackie Apex Training. It is February the 9th. It's it's a Wednesday morning, about 6:45 in the morning. Kind of crazy here, right? Looking kind of fresh and hi, holla, holla, So, funny thing is, I was FaceTiming with my mom yesterday. I taught her how to FaceTime a couple years ago with the onset of the pandemic, and it really made a big difference of not having my parents feel so isolated, given the social distancing and all this and that of the multiple variants we've been dealing with the coronavirus. But anyways, getting back to what we're talking about. So she goes, "Hey, tomorrow's your day off. I guess you get to sleep in a little bit and not have to worry about getting up so early." And it's kind of funny because I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't I want to get up early? Because it's my day off. It's like my 1440, like really my time. I have this routine where I'll get up, around 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll hit the heaters in the garage. I have a few space heaters in the garage. As a matter of fact, surprisingly, I'm actually conducting this video inside my garage. I just have like some curtains in the back, of course, covering the cabinets. And then I have this sign that was made over at a Minuteman Fast Signs, Minuteman Press. It was actually the prototype print. I liked it quite a bit, so I actually took it to the Michael's home goods store or whatever. And I had to flatten out. I had a special piece of plyboard laminated on the back side. It's almost like a DIY, do-it-yourself. And I got a couple little hooks. Put the sign up. The sign was basically free, minus getting the laminated matting done. But it's having that creativity. It's kind of like, well, what can I do this? How can I repurpose this? How can I think outside the box? And I lend that to my dad. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I do. I get up early in the morning. I meditate a little bit. I get a pot of coffee going. While that's going, I'll have a cup of hot water. And it's not like old people things that we do, but I'm 54 now. I'm not 24, 34, or even 44. And things change as we get older, and we must be physically responsible to our own selves, as difficult as it is. And so I know it can be hard with disabilities and injuries. Believe me, I totally get that. I have an undergrad degree in biology, a master's in physical therapy, and I feel I got my doctorate degree in disability. Even though it was temporary, there's a lot of pain and patience and humility involved with it. I had blown my hip out in winter in 2016 playing tag with my kids. I had 2 hip surgeries, my second one needing a hip replacement in January 2018, thinking that's hunky-dory and all fine. And the next thing I know, my left shoulder goes out on the job than the right one. So I had both rotator cuff repaired. They're huge surgeries. I mean, if anyone that's gone through them, it takes about 6 months for you to feel like even 70-80% tip top. And then but what I'm getting at is don't let your disabilities or your temporary setbacks dissuade you from what you need to do. Find a passion that you love, look forward to doing every single day. For me, it's weightlifting. I love weightlifting, and even though I am not able to do it any longer, I can, but I'm not willing to pay the price for it. I don't want another surgery. Mentally and spiritually, I will always be that weightlifter. Just like for our older athletes, anyone like before your injuries, I was fortunate to not have permanent disability, but I walked in a pair of shoes long enough to develop those calluses to know where the friction points were during that time frame of my life. And so with that being said, when you go out and about in public, lend a hand, help someone that might need help with getting the groceries in the car, make a decision. It is an inconvenience to us when we have to kind of stop and detour us, take a detour. But isn't that what growing together means? Isn't that what makes us a society, a civilized society, is to help each other out? Because if we just help ourselves and our own cause, are we really no better than the priest and the other person that walked by this guy that was beat up? I think was he a Levite or something? But anyways, it was the story of the Good Samaritan, how you heard like two of these righteous or people with authority didn't want to deal with this guy. They got mugged, so they walked across the street to avoid him and kept going. And it was a Samaritan there was this group of people that were frowned upon because I think there were like like two ethnicities mixed together or something, or maybe casting, I don't know exactly. But here's this guy, total stranger, puts this beat up dude on his donkey, and then takes him to like a nearby inn, and then tells the innkeeper, hey, here's 2 denarii. A denarii back in the day was like a day's wages. So he gave the prepaid 2 days, and he says, on my way back from my affairs, if the guy stays more than 2 days, I'll take care of it. I mean, that's what it's like, right? I mean, that's right. Be part of entropy, not atrophy. Entropy your heart. Build it up, get your workout in for real. I mean, people, I know it's hard to, it feels like I'm jumping all over the map, but this is all kind of tied in together. It's how we make, rebar. It's how we make cement. It takes several components, right? We just can't read all the time and not work out. You can't just work out all the time and not try to expose your brain to other things like art, music, things of that nature. So, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can change to a different form. Kind of like water can be ice, vapor, like ice cube, I'm repeating myself, a gas. It's the same thing. We reap what we sow, and that's in, what is that? In Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 or something, what we put out, we get back, and it's so true. And when you put it out, don't have the expectation of like having it back. Kindness is not like a trade. You get something back that's really immeasurable. You get to know in your heart that you helped out someone today, and really, in the scheme of things, it keeps our own heart from being hardened. So, anyways, have a fantastic day. Keep up the good work with taking care of yourselves. I know it can be very difficult. I totally get that, believe it or not. So my first big surgery was in like June of 2017. And my last big surgery was in September of 2021, October 2021. So I get to graduate where next week I won't have any restrictions on my job as a physical therapist. I get to treat anybody. That's huge. That's way huge. Right? So again, find something in the day that you enjoy doing. This is Jackie, my Apex Training BBC. Thank you for making time and listening to me, hearing me out. I talk a lot more than I used to. I have a lot of gratitude in the day, And I know you'll find it too. If you can listen to this video, be grateful that you're not deaf. If you can see me, be grateful that you're not blind. Because there are people that can't see nor hear. So 2 things to be grateful for already, right off the bat. All right, see you later. Bye. Pause button didn't work.